Hello everybody, my name's David Stankiewicz. I'm with the IEEE Strategic Programs team, and you are here with us for another installment in the IEEE MCE Tools in 10 series of videos. And if you've tuned into us in the past, you know these videos are fun, fast, informal, yet very informative ways that we keep our IEEE conference organizer volunteer community abreast of some of the tools, apps, and solutions they need to be aware of for their next event. Today I am going to talk with Bill Webster. Bill is the Chief Operating Officer for a startup based out of Los Angeles, California called Zenvoy. Zenvoy is a great networking tool that can help your event in all sorts of ways. Basically, in a nutshell, Zenvoy is a shiny new one-on-one introductory platform for like-minded colleagues. It's a great way to make connections and introductions at conferences and events and meetings of all types. And the shtick of Zenvoy is their very clever algorithm, which matches you with people who are very similar to you. And we're going to talk about that with Bill in just a moment. So, as with all MCE Tools in 10 videos, these are sort of rapid fire questions. Bill, I'm going to hit you with 3 right in a row. We're going to start off right off the bat. Tell our IEEE conference organizer community how they can use Zenvoy at their next IEEE conference or event.
Well, thanks, David, for having me. I think to kind of sum up Zenvoy, Zenvoy is a 100% focused networking one-on-one platform. I think what's great about Zenvoy is it gives your event organizers the power to create their own networking universe. So again, your organizers know their attendees best. They know their members best. We give them the tools to be able to create, ask, and really monitor all of the criteria necessary to get the right types of attendees interacting with the right types of colleagues. So we want to create that energy, we want to create that buzz before, during, but especially after their events. So things like follow-up networking, we want the right people talking to their colleagues, making the most of their IEEE event experience.
That's awesome. And it sounds like a lot of the work that needs to be done to accomplish that is done by Zenvoy behind the scenes. So that's awesome, because we all know that when we go to an event, time is a hot commodity and we can't get enough of it. So in order to make the best use of our time, there's something else that we can pawn off to an app or a solution to give us more of it. That's a plus in our eyes. So, all right, I alluded to it at the start. We talked about your algorithm. This is why your product is as successful as it is. Tell us about the algorithm and how it works.
So again, what's really neat about Zenvoy is, again, it gives you the power to create this criteria. So you can ask different types of questions that can help match your members, anything, any question you want. What's going on behind the scenes is Zenvoy, we ask a few very strategic questions. We're matching people in a one-on-one setting, and we want them matched on experience, age, discipline, industry. We want those real tangible professional connections to always be there so that every introduction is mutually beneficial. We want both parties coming to the introduction with the same opportunities to gain professional knowledge, professional experience, different types of opportunities. And so what Zenvoy can do for your event organizers is all that work behind the scenes to match different members with these very strategic opportunities.
Okay, so this is my favorite part of these tools in 10. And this is where we do a screen share component. So this is the nuts and bolts, the bread and butter. Let's get right into the tool. What I'm going to do, Bill, in just a moment, I'm going to hand the reins over to you. You're going to share your screen. I'm going to ask you to touch on 3 really big things that I saw when I visited your website, and I've talked to you a little bit about your product, right? So the first thing is showing our conference organizers how to set up their profile and what that sort of entails. The second thing I'd like you to touch upon is, again, that algorithm, those sets of questions, the equations that are going to actually take the information or the data input and match people up. And then finally, I want you to finish with a really big one here, and that's sponsorship. A huge piece or chunk of the conversation or discussion that takes place within the IEEE conference organizer community is how to bring in additional revenue streams to their event, and I think your sponsorship feature within your tool is a great way to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to mute my mic and turn my camera off and turn the reins, Bill, over to you.
Well, great. Thanks, David. When we designed Zenvoy, simplicity was paramount. We realized that keeping things incredibly simple was the best way to keep interaction high. One of the problems with a lot of events sort of software is that people just don't use it. And so we had to figure out a way to make Zenvoy readily available to your users. So setting up a profile for each one of your users is incredibly simple. This is essentially what each one of your users sees when they join Zenvoy. Very simple, a little bit of information about themselves, an update screen that essentially gives them the heartbeat of what's going on with your event. It allows them to see who they've met in the past, sort of a running tally of their experience on Zenvoy. Opportunities, again, we'll talk more about sponsorship in here, but this is a really interesting opportunity to showcase whether it's sponsors, your unique branding message, the list goes on and on. This is sort of your play space as an event to be able to sort of get the awareness out. We'll get to introductions here really soon, but again, profile, each one of your members pretty much uploads what I like to call the extended business card. We're not looking for all the information about you. We're looking for sort of those tangible, important tidbits of information. If I was to exchange information with someone, what do they want to know? They want to know what you do, what makes you unique, a little bit about your company. Feel free to add some attachments, CVs, recent deals, anything that sort of gets the conversation rolling once you're introduced. The network is, again, where everything will sort of come. All those different connections will sort of be filed here and stored here. Now, what's great about the network is that this is where individuals you've actually spoken to, actually interacted with, will be sort of stored. And so what's neat is that we can provide reminders for you to reach out to these people in the future. It's a really great way to sort of organize the people you've met throughout your IEEE experience. Introductions, obviously, is where new introductions will arise. What's great about the introduction is that it will come via email, it will come via the application, it'll come via the online platform. We realize that getting people to participate requires being incredibly flexible. So again, about 40 to 50% of our individuals prefer to just use Zenvoy via their actual email client. So it's very easy to get in, it's very easy to see the introductions. Each one of your individuals can provide completely confidential feedback, which again fuels that algorithm to go in, make those very vital refinements, and again, come back and provide even better introductions in the future. Again, David, what you mentioned with the admin. So a lot of your event admins are here listening to this. And I think what's neat is we can show, I'm in your account right now, but what's neat is we can show the tools and how Zenvoy gives them the power to create this sort of this universe. And so as you're the head admin of IEEE, you can come down here and enter a completely different workspace. So here you are, you're actually in the IEEE admin corridor. You have the ability to set up communities and events. Obviously, events are sort of temporal moments where we allow networking before, during, and after. Communities could be anything from long-ranging sort of year-round networking. In the case of events, we have the IEEE Women's Group as our example here. You can see in the basic opening here, very simple interface, logos. You have the ability to invite new attendees. But what's really important for your event organizer is the ability to set up this event. And I mentioned earlier in the video, you know your attendees best, so help us match them as best as possible. And so from this interface, you can do everything from creating the invitation email, so providing the kind of the warm introduction, telling them what this is about. But most importantly, you can come down and say, okay, what types of disciplines are going to be involved in this event? Again, to get that introduction, to get that matching starting, we need you as an event organizer to sort of give us the tools to help. And so from here, you can kind of add different disciplines that you think most of your members will participate from. You can also, more importantly, come down here to the actual questions. So you're sort of designing the onboarding process for each one of your members. And from here, you can see some of the great questions that Zenvoy asks no matter what. So again, we're matching based on age and experience, professional discipline, professional specialities, industries, but you can come in here and ask your own questions. And so in this case, kind of a funny example was we could match people based on their favorite color if we wanted to. You have the ability to come in here, ask whatever question you want, provide the answers, and let us know how many questions they can actually select and during that question. What's even better is that from that point, you have the ability to slide these questions up and down to your heart's content. So what you're doing, again, is telling our algorithm not only which questions are important, but if you had to sort of prioritize which questions or how to match people, we allow that too. So in this case, we'd be matching your members based on their favorite color first, then looking to match them based on what professional specialities, age and experience, so on and so forth. So again, we're giving you that power to sort of control how that works, how the algorithm is matching people based on your unique inputs. You can also invite admins to help you run your group. So in this case, David's the only admin right now of the IEEE's women's group, but he would have the ability to add, additional help from the IEEE sort of network to help him run this event. So it's very, very easy in terms of setting an event. Inviting members to join. You can invite them one by one, which is what you're looking at here, or you can invite them based on a simple CSV as they're signing up for your event. So it's incredibly easy to utilize the system. And then when you're ready to send out all the pending invitations, which will again send out your welcome email. And what's nice is all of a sudden you'll start noticing that people start popping up as active in your system. So actually right now Shane has joined this women's group as one of the first members. So it's kind of fun to see them pop up and take control and start monitoring their interaction with Zenvoy. The next really important thing, obviously, that comes with your events is sponsorship. Sponsorship is so key to a lot of our clients because we deal with tons of trade associations, event organizers, and we realize that branding and sponsorship is so key. And so what's neat about Zenvoy is we give you a platform to be able to create, monitor, and sort of propagate out your own sponsorship messages. So here within the IEEE Women's Group, I created an event sponsor. I guess this is the IEEE Photonics Society. And I went ahead and created their logo. You can very easily upload a logo for this society, give them a title, subtitle, give me a little blurb about what's going on, but very important, add in a link, let people know where to go, how to do it, how long do you want this advertisement to run, but most importantly, who's going to see this? And what's neat about Zenvoy is we give you the ability to target these sponsor messages to whomever you like. So in this case, this particular Photonic Society is geared towards the IEEE member network and the IEEE Women's Group. So we're really trying to give you as an event organizer that ability to take full control of your event from a networking standpoint, but also from a sponsorship and branding standpoint, and really take that maybe 1 or 2 day effort that these events typically are and expand the value out of maybe a month before, but expand that value out 6 months after. Keep people talking, keep people with the follow-up networking, but most importantly also keep your brand and keep your sponsors in the forefront. And I think that's what Zenvoy as a takeaway is really great for the IEEE sort of collected events. We look forward to working with a lot of you. David, thank you so much for this opportunity to come in and then describe Zenvoy. And I'll go ahead and I'll toss it back to you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Bill. You covered a lot of information in a very short amount of time. Love the sponsorship piece, love the algorithm. That's going to wrap us up. If you want any more information from Bill or on the Zenvoy product, go to zenvoy.com. You can also, right below this video in Google Plus or YouTube, leave any comments for me or Bill. We'll be sure to get back to you. And that is going to take us out. We will see you at the next video.